The arena crackled with anticipation. The air was thick with tension, every spectator holding their breath, waiting for the next move. The energy was palpable, a mix of fear and excitement. Doyuk, battered but not broken, stood defiant. His body bore the marks of countless battles, yet his spirit remained unyielding. Each bruise and cut was a testament to his resilience and determination. Blas, a towering figure of power, seemed invincible. His presence alone was enough to instill fear in the hearts of many. Muscles rippling, eyes burning with intensity, he was the embodiment of strength. Their duel, a clash of wills, had raged for what felt like an eternity. Every strike, every parry, was a testament to their skill and endurance. The ground beneath them bore the scars of their fierce combat.
Sounds of exertion. The sounds of their struggle echoed through the arena, a symphony of effort and determination.
Dohyuk, fueled by a desperate hope, launched himself at Blas once more. His movements were driven by a fierce resolve, a burning desire to overcome the odds. Blas, with terrifying speed, deflected each attack. His reflexes were almost supernatural, a blur of motion that left Dohyuk struggling to keep up. His laughter, filled with disdain, echoed through the arena. It was a cruel reminder of the power imbalance, a taunt that cut deeper than any physical blow.
You think you can beat me? His voice dripped with arrogance, each word a dagger to Dohyuk's resolve.
Dohyuk, his body screaming in protest, refused to yield. Every muscle ached, every bone felt like it was on fire, but his spirit remained unbroken. He knew the stakes were higher than ever before. He had to win, for himself, for his friends, for everyone counting on him. The weight of their hopes and dreams rested on his shoulders. Despite his determination, Dohyuk found himself on the back foot. Each move he made was countered with brutal efficiency, pushing him closer to the edge. Blas, toying with him, landed blow after blow. Each strike was a calculated move designed to break Dohyuk's spirit and will. Each strike, a hammer blow to Dohyuk's resolve, threatened to shatter his spirit. The pain was excruciating, but he clung to his determination like a lifeline. The crowd watched in horrified silence, their cheers replaced by gasps of despair. The sight of their hero being beaten down was almost too much to bear.
Sounds of pain. The groans of pain were a stark contrast to the earlier sounds of battle, a haunting reminder of the cost of this relentless onslaught.
Dohyuk tasted blood, the metallic tang filling his mouth, his vision blurred, his body heavy. Doubt crept in, whispering insidious suggestions in his ear.
Give up? You can't win.
Memories of past failures, ghosts of battles lost flashed before his eyes. He stumbled, his legs threatening to give way. Blas, sensing victory, pressed his advantage. He rained down a furious barrage of attacks, each one aimed to break Dohyuk's spirit. The crowd, their faces etched with worry, could only watch in stunned silence.
Is this it? Is this where it ends?
The world seemed to spin, the cheers of the crowd fading into a distant drone. He closed his eyes, bracing himself for the final blow. But the blow never came. Dohyuk opened his eyes, a flicker of defiance reigniting in their depths. He had braced himself for the worst, but instead he found a moment of clarity, a moment to breathe and gather his thoughts. He saw the faces of his friends, their eyes filled with concern and unwavering belief. They had stood by him through thick and thin, their loyalty never wavering, their support a constant source of strength. He remembered their struggles, their sacrifices, their unwavering faith in him. Each memory was a testament to their collective willpower, a reminder of the battles they had fought together, the hardships they had endured. A surge of determination, raw and untamed, coursed through his veins. It was as if every challenge, every obstacle had prepared him for this very moment. He felt an unyielding resolve, a fire that refused to be extinguished. He would not let them down, he would not let himself down. He had come too far, fought too hard to surrender now. The journey had been long and arduous, but giving up was not an option. He owed it to himself and to those who believed in him. He pushed himself up, ignoring the throbbing pain in his muscles, the blood trickling down his face. Every fiber of his being screamed in protest, but he silenced the pain with sheer willpower. He had to rise, he had to continue.
I will not yield. His voice, though strained, carried the weight of his determination, echoing his resolve to persevere against all odds.
Blas, momentarily taken aback by Dohyuk's sudden resurgence, watched with a mixture of amusement and curiosity. He had underestimated Dohyuk's spirit, and now he was witnessing the true extent of his resolve. The crowd, sensing a shift in the tide, erupted in cheers, their voices filled with renewed hope. They had been on the edge of despair, but now they saw a glimmer of possibility, a chance for victory. Their cheers were a symphony of encouragement, fueling Dohyuk's determination even further. Dohyuk, fueled by a newfound resolve, stood tall. His eyes, once filled with doubt, now burned with a fierce determination. He had faced countless battles before, but this one felt different. This time he was fighting not just for survival, but for something greater. He knew he couldn't beat Blas with brute strength alone. Blas was a formidable opponent known for his sheer power and relentless attacks. Dohyuk had to think outside the box to find a way to outsmart him. He had to be smarter, faster, more cunning. Every move had to be calculated, every step precise. He spent hours training, honing his skills, pushing his body to its limits. He had to exploit every opening, every weakness, every opportunity. He studied Blas's fighting style, looking for patterns, for any sign of vulnerability. He knew that even the smallest mistake could be his chance to turn the tide. He focused his mind, drawing on the lessons learned from countless battles. Each scar on his body was a reminder of a lesson learned, a battle fought and survived. He recalled the teachings of his mentors, the strategies that had saved him in the past. He began to anticipate Blas's attacks, dodging and weaving with a newfound agility. His movements were no longer just reactions, but preemptive strikes, a dance of survival and strategy. His movements, fluid and precise, were a testament to his unwavering determination. Each step, each strike, was a calculated effort to outmaneuver Blas. The crowd could see the change in him, the transformation from a desperate fighter to a strategic warrior.
Sounds of frustration. Blas's frustration grew with each passing moment. He was not used to being challenged, to facing an opponent who could match his strength with strategy.
Blas, his amusement fading, found himself facing an opponent who refused to back down. Dohyuk's resolve was unshakable, his spirit unbreakable. The two fighters stood in a tense standoff, each waiting for the other to make a move. The crowd watched in astonishment as Dohyuk, battered but not broken, held his own against the seemingly invincible Blas. Whispers of hope began to spread among the spectators, a belief that perhaps, just perhaps, Dohyuk could achieve the impossible. Hope, like a flickering candle in the darkness, began to spread throughout the arena. The once silent crowd now buzzed with anticipation. Their eyes fixed on the two combatants, they could feel the shift in the air, the possibility of an unexpected victory. Dohyuk, his spirit unbroken, pressed his attack. Each strike was more confident, each movement more assured. He was no longer just fighting for himself, but for everyone who believed in him.
"This isn't over yet," his voice rang out, a declaration of his unyielding spirit. The battle was far from over, and Dohyuk was ready to give it his all.